Abigail Joy here with AION Marketing. Today we're interviewing Matthew Spoke. He's the CEO and co-founder of Nuco and the founder of AION. Formerly, Matt founded Deloitte's blockchain team Rubix. Matt has also been appointed as advisor to Ontario Securities Commission and the Ministry of France. These are just a few of his titles. Matthew, do you think big banks should work with crypto's movers and shakers, or should the two stay separate?
We've been working in the enterprise market for a long time. I mean, our hypothesis as a company has always been that blockchains are going to be important parts of the infrastructure of these large organizations in the near future, banks being probably the most obvious ones to start with. I think there's a lot of opportunities for them to look at this as like an enabling technology rather than a disintermediation risk. So what we've seen over the last few years is banks focusing on how do they create these private networks that connect them inside their ecosystems among trading banks, or as a global settlement system or something along those lines. What we're now currently working on is how do you connect these private banking networks, private enterprise networks into these public blockchains. So I think absolutely they're going to see value in that, and we should be working together on both sides of the industry.
Okay, great. How did you first get involved with cryptocurrency?
I've got a little bit of a different background coming into this space. I'm a chartered accountant by education. I used to work at Deloitte. I started my career at Deloitte as a chartered accountant. I did international tax planning and just kind of randomly stumbled on Bitcoin after a friend introduced me to it in about 2012. Started buying Bitcoin, and then eventually I pitched it to my accounting firm, and a little bit weird, but eventually they invested in it. I gave them, the pitch was that Bitcoin and technologies like Bitcoin were going to make accountants and auditors irrelevant. And that kind of caught their attention, and one thing led to the next. I did that for a few years and then started my own company.
Okay, awesome. Tell me more about Nuco and AION.
So Nuco is a Toronto-based enterprise blockchain company. We do customized blockchain infrastructure. So if you're a group of trading parties within a particular industry and you think there's a need for a decentralized infrastructure to sit underneath that system, then we'll customize it to the requirements of that industry. So that's been kind of the majority of the focus of Nuco. AION is kind of the next evolution of that, is how do we take all of these various blockchain networks that we're building, either that Nuco has built or that other companies are building with other protocols, Hyperledger, Ethereum, whatever, and figuring out a way for them to interconnect with each other and trade transactions across different blockchains.
Okay, so the two work together.
Exactly.
Okay, awesome. And does AION have a strategy of contacting other blockchains to apply AION's protocol?
Yeah, I mean, the core hypothesis behind AION is that there will be many protocols that exist at the end of the day. So we're not all going to be using only the Bitcoin protocol. We're not all going to be using only the Ethereum protocol. So if we have this growth in the number of protocols getting developed, then we need to create a system that allows for interoperability between different protocols. So we are starting to have conversations with different protocol projects. We're also starting to do some implementations of bridges between AION and different protocols. So that's part of the roadmap.
Okay, great. Well, thank you guys. Matthew Spoke here, and thanks for interviewing with us.
Thanks, Abigail.
No problem.